Hi guys, it's Mattiace, and in today's video I'd like to share some beginner's tips for you guys who want to get into flying the 086M2 on the Japanese side and the equivalent Corsair on the American side. Now the first thing I want to point out here is the direction that I'm coming from and the altitude. I'm trying to fly relatively high, or well above the altitude where the AA rockets can hit me, and then I drop the flares over V. Now this is a little bit too early, and I'm saying that to I'm actually saying that to the stream. I should have flared a little bit later, where the flares would have hit where the enemies are attacking A. Now another thing that is important to point out here is from what angle I came in to attack them. Now based on from our airfield or our defending side, I flew in from the left side and I dropped the flares flying to the right. Now the reason why I try to do that as much as I can is because if the enemies are holding B, like in this case, and we are holding A, then it's most likely that our enemies are facing A with B to their back. And that means that if I'm coming from B, I'm coming kind of from behind them. Now, depending on the match you're playing, this may have more or less importance, but I've come to realize that this does have an effect both when I'm on the ground myself, trying to take out planes with the AA rocket or the Fliegerfaust, and when I'm flying myself. So yeah, that's one of the things that I've been talking about quite a bit while flying during the streams. Now, flaring from the right altitude is key. If you fly high enough, then you will have the maximum amount of a circle that is highlighted with the flare. But don't be too concerned about using the flares as if you would run out or as if you would waste a flare. Any flare, even if you drop it at low altitude, is better than no flare. And by the time that you are in the right position to drop another flare, it has most likely reloaded, and for the most part you're going to go back and resupply well before you run out of flares. Now many times, for whatever reason, even though I land perfect flares, I can't see the enemies spotted anyway, or I see them but way too late. Now if you realize that you can see your enemies at a really long distance, or if they're predictable enough, then what you want to do is don't be too trigger happy. If you start shooting at really long range, make sure that you don't overheat your gun before you actually get in effective range of killing those enemies, because remember, the gun with the explosive ammo does overheat relatively fast, and you don't want to overheat when you are in the best position. Lucas, so it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Part of it at least. Oh, over 2,000 points in one strafe. So yeah, I'll try to demonstrate this again in another strafe. Also pay attention to the overheat symbol in the lower right side corner. Once it turns red, you have to wait until it goes all the way back. Now, one of the things that I've noticed that is very different from Battlefield 1 is that I have very limited success trying to shoot from third-person view. I always go into first-person view when I start firing. And whether or not it works for you to play take your strafes in third person, I don't know. But if you're struggling and you haven't tried to switch to first person, I really suggest you to do so. Also remember that it's important to take a bit of a risk assessment for every strafe. If you, like in this case, come in from a bad angle, and this is too obvious in my opinion, it's better to just cancel the strafe instead of getting too close to the enemies, because they will most likely take you down with a couple of Fliegerfaust. So here you'll see a mixture of good and bad among the things that I've been talking about. I'm able to spot the enemies, I'm able to figure out where they are, and I'm able to pick up a lot of kills, but I'm coming in from a bad angle. I'm coming in from a very obvious direction, and the enemies, the assault players, they're just waiting for me to take me down with, yes, you guessed it, the Fliegerfaust. Now, being that this video is kind of a beginner's guide, I have a lot of footage here from when I was very, very new to flying these new planes in Battlefield 5. Just 1 or 2 days after the release of the new update, War in the Pacific. Now, getting the explosive ammo is of course your first goal in order to start racking up them kills, which you need in order to get the next upgrades. Now, unless you're a really experienced pilot, it's probably quite hard for you to get any kills without the explosive ammo. Well, except for using the default bombs, which you probably should try to learn to use as soon as possible. Otherwise, shooting down enemy planes or at least damaging enemy planes is probably the best way to get those first points in order to reach the level 2 specializations. Now, when I first upgraded this plane, I decided to go with the mines side of things instead of the flares. You can either have the flares or the mines. This is kind of a tough choice, actually, from time to time. But, yeah, since I have been using the mines quite a bit, I want to show it to you. They can be really, really good. Just dropping mines on tanks is very effective. And of course, when you have the mines, you also have more effective bombs instead of the incendiary bombs. And by more effective, I mean more effective against armored vehicles. Now, obviously, you cannot have both the mines and the flares. That's a choice. And if you go for the mines, you should go for anti-vehicle. If you go for flares and the incendiary bombs, that's of course for infantry. I guess at least that's the main choices you have for this plane. Now, a big difference between the flares and the mines is that the mines reload a lot slower, but then again, they stay on the ground until they, for whatever reason, blow up, so I guess that evens out a little bit.
Oh, I got some 80 mine kills there. Nice, nice, nice.
I think it's just like in... So yeah, I hope this video is going to help you increase your kills with the planes, and if you're new to flying, hopefully this will get you into flying or help get you into flying. Now, the video is going to continue for quite a while. I hope you will enjoy it, and yeah, big thanks for watching.
Oh, these mines though. Oh no, now they're asking if I'm the real Mattiace. That's gonna be, then it's gonna be a lot of counter if they realize. Oh, 40mm AA wrecked me. I have to stay away from that AA. He's back there somewhere. Shoot the mines, but yeah, but he doesn't have mines as a... Oh, does he have mines? The oh yeah, the support can have mines also, right? I was just like, yeah, if it was an assault, that would make sense, but I guess they can. Yeah, I guess they can. Oh, I'm dogfighting 2 planes here.
Our sector has been lost. We must fortify this sector for an attack.
Stalling and flying over friendly AA rockets. That's the new battlefield strategy, unless I'm missing something, which of course I probably am. Holy shit! This one kills planes so fast! That's insane! Did you see that? Holy moly! It's too bad I suck with it. I dropped the mines on him. I destroyed a spawn beacon, probably with a mine. How good is a mine where you destroy a spawn beacon with it? Just a tank gun. Difference between... Oh, one is a bomber. Yeah. I think so. Vehicle destroyed. Whoa! Now that's some kills.
Doing high yo-yos and low yo-yos until you eventually loop over them. It's a really shit system in my opinion. The dogfighting in this game is trash.
Oh, look at the kill feed, guys.
Whoa, nice.
Splash damage, by the way.
Nah, I hit everything. Headshots.
Yeah, cap.
Ready?
Yeah, what's up?
Yellow.
Hello.
King.
Yeah, we'll see.